Looks like.
You have now arrived at Stadium and Gale.
Snap, the kick, it's been blocked again! Oh my! It's been blocked again! He's going to heave one deep down the field. It's going to be to the goal line. It's going to be gone! It's a touchdown! And the Gators have won the game! Tyreek Cleveland! Oh my! I can't believe what I just saw! Dropping back to throw, pops and fires the ball over the middle. It's Dory! It's Dory! Got a touchdown! Dory's got a touchdown! Oh man! Dory's got a touchdown! Hands it off to Harvin. He comes back. Say goodbye.
Ahmad Black, in his final game as a Gator, takes it all the way home and sends Urban out a winner.
You have now arrived at Stadium and Gale.
Boys and girls, ladies and gents, welcome to another episode of Stadium and Gale. It's your boy Corey.
You're muted.
No, I'm talking.
Who's muted? I got muted. I'm Dan.
Yo, Tori.
And your boy J Scott 25. Sorry for the connection issues, fellas, but we in here. What's good?
What up, 25?
Yes, sir. What's going on, man? How was everybody's weekend? I know it was a sad one in the Ville. Wasn't really in the Ville, but you know what I'm saying. But you know, tough one to watch, man. Tough one to swallow. You really got to be a real fan. Shout out to all my people in here right now, because if y'all here, we real Gator fans and we love y'all. So tough one to go through this weekend, man. How was y'all boys' weekend otherwise?
Pretty solid,
Good
man.
weekend in Lexington. Lexington, low-key, cool city. Beautiful weather. Saw Yellow Card perform Thursday night. Had quite the night hanging out with Bree and Eric. Friday, we had our bourbon tasting. We launched some bourbon. Had a bourbon tasting. Went up to Cincinnati, saw the Final Four court, and then sat through that Saturday. And then flight got canceled. We had to drive back. So
How long was the drive, Nick?
We stopped a bunch. There was a lot of traffic. I think it's a 10-hour drive. It took us 12 and a half.
Well, glad you're back safe. Hope you had a good time in Lexington and Louisville. Both fun little towns.
Cincinnati didn't make it to Louisville. That's
I
where
thought you stopped in Louisville as well. Yeah, Cincinnati's fine. Lexington is pretty. But yeah.
So, Skyline chili flavored ice cream. First off, Graders, some of the best ice cream in the world.
Okay.
Graders, think it's like a Michigan, Ohio company, Midwest company. Great ice cream. Their Skyline chili flavored ice cream is just cinnamon. It's just cinnamon ice cream. The ice cream is actually not bad. Eric Griesner, our CEO, he's from Ohio, forced us to go to Skyline Chili. Bree Wade had it for the first time. Agrees with me. It's trash.
Yeah, it's just not very good. It's got a unique flavor to it, but it's not for me. I get why somebody might like it. It's a little too sweet. They put cinnamon in the chili. It doesn't work for me. It just doesn't work for me. But
put sweet chili on spaghetti.
I can't lie, y'all. I'll be tearing that Skyline chili up back in Broward.
Something's wrong with you. Yeah, Graders we were in Cincinnati after we saw the Final Four court. Hope to have some information for you guys. I was showing Dan some stuff about that soon. The auction that's in December might be priced out for a lot of us, but we're working with another company. And we have
for yourself, Nick.
Priced out for me. Kidding. Priced out for me for sure.
Jordan played in the NFL. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about for Jordan.
Yeah. Jordan's buying the entire paint.
Jordan is actually the one that bought the court.
By Nathan.
Corey, you're in Houston, huh?
Yeah, man. Shout out to Houston. It's been quite an experience traveling. I had to get on the road at 2 a.m. and get to the airport by like 3. They said the TSA times was like 3 hours, but they lied to me. But I'm here, man. Nonetheless, in Houston, checked out some food earlier today. Had a free day today. Got to get to work tomorrow in the next couple of days, but just been chilling, man. Had a chill weekend as well. Didn't get into a whole lot. The playoffs is done for my son. They got bounced out, so just been chilling. My first free weekend for the fall, man. Just sat back, watched my Gators get belted, in unfamiliar fashion. I think Jordan was right about a lot of things. We'll talk about the quitting aspect of things and who may be,
quiet quitting.
Yeah.
Or loudly quitting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're glad. If you have time, Corey, there's a really good Mexican spot in Houston called Ninfa's that I would highly recommend.
The things that I found out about Mexicans don't really eat fish like that, man. And they eat a lot of cheese, a lot of dairy, a lot of pork.
All your favorites. All your
things
favorites.
I don't eat, man. Like I was trying to get recommendations, so I went to Dallas earlier this year. A lot of Mexican, recommendations.
Mm-hmm.
Came to Houston, a lot of Mexican recommendations, and
Sure.
I just realized that Mexicans don't really eat lean.
Yeah, you eat seafood?
Yeah, so I eat only meat I eat is fish, no shellfish.
I think it's a restaurant called Lotus over there. It's a pretty good spot, seafood spot. Yeah.
Lotus. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do some thinking about the times that I've spent in Houston, but good food town. I hope you have a good time. You out there for the whole week or?
To Thursday. I head back Thursday morning, so I'm gonna miss game day eve this week, unfortunately. But I checked out a spot today. I'm forgetting the name of it. It was pretty good, actually. It was downtown. I'm forgetting the name of it off the top of my head right now. It may come back to me throughout the show, but it was actually a recommendation. It was pretty good.
Good deal. Good deal. Well, if you remember it, shout out that person. So we got to celebrate Sarah's birthday Friday, which was awesome. Got to go to a couple cool spots in Tampa, Noble Rice and the Battery. And then yesterday I came down to South Florida. As you can tell, my background's a little bit different. My mom had surgery today, so she's out of surgery. So thanks all the people for good wishes and well wishes there. So she's recovering. So all good prayers, were appreciated. So with that, Nick, you had an ice cream commentary?
Oh, no. I missed clicking buttons. That's all I'm doing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Somebody said Lotus is valid. So definitely go check that out if you have some time. Corey, why don't we get into a blunt ad read, and then we've got probably a lot or maybe not a lot to talk about. I guess we'll find out.
Stadium and Gale is powered by the great folks at Brunt Insurance and Financial Services. Anything you need insured, and I mean anything, especially if it has wheels, man. But your life, automobiles, motorcycle, RVs, trailers, dirt bikes, boats, homes, anything that you may need insured. I'm pretty sure my man Greg could save you some money. It don't cost you a dime. To find out if you can save money, visit them at bruntinsurance.com. I'll give him a call at 954-589-2204. Greg is the best when it comes to customer service. Most of these insurance companies you call, you're going to be getting somebody foreign, overseas, a call center. My man Greg is going to pick up that call. If not him, somebody in his office is going to pick up that call and handle your insurance claims, whatever customer service issues that you may have. 954-589-2204. Big coverage, big policies.
Greg, what it do, baby?
All right, guys. So Gators fall again, go to 3-6 on the season, 38-7 against Kentucky. A game defined by 4 turnovers, a lot of short fields for Kentucky. Gators only scored once, and that was on a muffed punt by Kentucky on about the 13-14 yard line. Just not a good game. DJ Lagway was sat after 3 interceptions in this one. Tramel Jones comes in, but really at no point did the Gators look like they were really in this game other than the very beginning. So when they took the early lead at 7-3, but other than that, Kentucky scored 21 in the second quarter. Their quarterback, who was a freshman, looked great in this game, and the Gators just unfortunately not able to win this one. And it really, like I said, at no point looked like they were really excited, enthusiastic about this one, and obviously got belt ass in this game. So it's going to be easy to kind of talk about the same stuff. I mentioned this yesterday on a podcast that I was on with Shelton. Like, you fired a coach and the staff for a reason. I mean, I don't know how many different results you could have expected, but, I think that there was a modicum of hope after being close against Georgia last week that the Gators might be able to pull this one off. But, certainly I think in none of our wildest imaginations did we expect a 38-7 loss. So.
Definitely did. And that was a rough one to watch. Definitely shocked me. I wasn't expecting that. Obviously, if anybody was at game day eve, I was anticipating a really close win by the not really close win, but like a 1-2 score game as the Gators would take the victory. I felt like this would be a game that we could kind of let it rip and show our skill set and show the kind of talent we had. But it just didn't go down for us, man. I felt like Kentucky came out with a little bit more energy than we had, and I felt like it showed. Like, it showed a lot who really wanted it more. It's sad to watch, man, because you really, like you said, you watch that Georgia game, you see the guys who fighting in a rivalry game. It gives you so much hope in that we're going to go and crush the next opponent. You know what I'm saying? And to go out there and I guess that maybe the loss deflated us. That's what I'm thinking. Like, maybe you were so close to beating a team like Georgia, highly ranked rivalry game. You take that loss and you almost look at each other like, hey, it's really over. We could win out and go to a bowl game, but who cares to go to a Birmingham Bowl? Like that. Is that the? I don't know. I'm not in the locker room, but from watching the game and watching the effort that was given, even defensively. Obviously, we know the offense have been struggling. Defensively, I don't feel like we looked as ourselves. They obviously weren't putting us in the best situation offensively as far as like time of possession and field position, but still, it's been worse, and defense has still been able to hold up against a better opponent. So that's what kind of made me feel like it was somewhat of a letdown, and that dudes just gave up, not necessarily that we weren't able to hang with those guys.
Birmingham Bowl, shout out Adam Lane. We'll never hear that and not give Deuce his props. Won't give 22 his props.
Hey, Lane owns the Birmingham Bowl. He owns it.
I turned from 22 to 222. Yeah, that I don't know. I always try I always fight back because like Jordan, you've been in locker rooms. Like I always fight back and be like, oh, they don't care. Like that gets thrown out a lot. Like these guys, they don't care. They just wanted to pack it up. There are a little bit of similarities in I guess the big difference would be that DJ was hurt, but like last year you lose to Georgia and you were winning in the fourth quarter. The following week you get blown out by Texas. You have a chance against Georgia this year. The following week, you get blown out by the team right after a close loss to Georgia.
This was a bad team, though, man. Like that's the difference.
Yeah, Kentucky's a bad team. Like,
was
Texas
a good
team wasn't bad.
Yeah, this Kentucky team is now 4-5 on the year.
Thanks to us.
Yeah, it was 2-3. It was 2, 3, and 5 teams were playing. Yeah, Mark Stoops. I mean, I was born in November of 88. So Kentucky beat Florida in 88, but I wasn't alive yet. So I went 31 years of life without losing Kentucky, and they've won 4 of the last 5, including 3 in Lexington, first time since 1950, 53, and 55. Somebody asked me, like, is this rock bottom? I was like, this isn't the lowest I've ever experienced, but like it's in the same room, like eating lunch at the same table. I don't know if it is.
What is your lowest?
King of the lows, but like it's hanging out with the rest of them.
Kentucky's Florida's lowest loss to Kentucky in 75 years. I mean, if it's not the lowest, Nick, I mean, it's next door neighbors.
I was there.
Rock bottom.
I was in the building for Georgia Southern.
Yeah.
I was at Vanderbilt.
I mean, Georgia Southern loss was unexcusable, but at that point you were. What was your record at that point?
I think Georgia Southern threw the ball one or two times.
3 times, did 0 completions. Yeah.
Yeah. So
We,
like,
Georgia Southern's bad, but
we didn't have a quarterback. We were riddled with injuries. That year we was decimated. So there was
right.
like going into most of those games that year, like we didn't feel like we had a shot, but it didn't feel like the low. It felt like the season was going bad because we had a terrible luck at the injuries. But considering the expectations going into this season, and it felt like a like just steady of lows. Like it's been a lot of lows throughout this regime, and that just seemed the lowest of the lows. Like we've been hitting historical bad records all season, and this just adds to that. This is another historic, low. But yeah, it was tough to watch, man. For the last 2 years, we've been wondering when this team is gonna finally quit. Because they didn't quit last year, no matter how tough it got, no matter how critical the fans or the media got, they just never quit. But after that Georgia game, that was definitely a major letdown. And you could kind of see guys are kind of, turning in their papers, red shirt and however you want to frame it, but guys are shutting it down. And it's all business. I know some fans are just rah, go fight for the logo, but this is business. And if you can save a season on a terrible season, if you're somebody like Tank Hawkins that hasn't played whatsoever, we can talk about that later, but you haven't played much, it don't make sense to burn a year of eligibility. Business-wise, it's just a terrible idea. And coaches use red shirts just as well as players do, right? So it's just strategy, and it's a benefit that players can use. But yeah, to me, it was an all-time low. For a lot of different reasons, because we thought this team was a playoff caliber roster. For it to go down like it's going down, it's been crazy, and we getting beaten every phase of the game. Offensive line looked bad, defense finally just looked bad. Ron Rivers didn't have an answer from go. Like from the beginning of the game, they were doing what they wanted to do, and he just never found the answer. So just from an effort standpoint, like you could visibly see those guys quitting, and it was tough to watch, man. As a Gator fan, man, you just. Like for me, I'm just emotionally unattached from it. I've never been emotionally, unattached from Florida football in my entire life. But this regime got me to the point where I'm just not emotionally attached to it. It's just what it is. I just see it playing for what it is, and it's a terrible outfit, man. Most of these kids were put in bad positions the last 3-4 years, and it just didn't pan out for a lot of them. So. You're going to see a lot of business decisions go down, and I get it.
Yeah. Gators moved to 5-16 away from home during the Billy Napier era.
Yeah. Yeah. It, like I pulled up, and like if Billy Gonzalez or whichever coach told the TV people in the production meeting, if they don't mention Tank Hawkins has played 37 snaps this year. If they don't mention that he asked to redshirt, we're not even talking about this. Like no one is mad if Tank Hawkins. No one was mad that Tank Hawkins was only playing 37 snaps. And like Corey said, he's like, "Hey, I'm not playing, but a handful of snaps a game. Can I use my red shirt? I've been here 2 years. I haven't redshirted yet. Can I use my red shirt? Save another year of eligibility."
Right.
Like still practicing, still going to meetings. You're still helping the team by practicing and doing that stuff. Do I like it? No. Do I get it? Yeah, I totally get it.
Why don't you like it?
I don't know, because I think even the players in the locker room kind of get it. Like, yeah, man, you weren't getting burned. You want to go somewhere and get burned? Like, I get it. But like to me, it's just I get what fans are saying. Like, I get it feels like you're quitting, but like you're really just probably going to be betting on yourself somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean, Tank has one of those guys that probably needs all 5 years to play 4, or definitely probably is going to be a 4-year guy. And last year he had 1 catch. And was it 37 snaps this season or 37 snaps in his career at UF?
That's this season. I'm on PFF.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think, for him, I think a lot of these players either have to understand or will understand if they find themselves in that position. Right. And, Florida's down, and this season has been down 3 or 4 wide receivers at times. And if you were not getting snaps, then save it. It doesn't mean that you're transferring. The new coach can come in and you can have a meeting with that coach and maybe you stick around. But, if you need all 4 of those years and you already burned your redshirt year last year to play or to have one catch, I mean, I don't blame. I mean, it's just a different game of football now than it was 15 years ago.
14 of those 37 plays were runs. So 23 of his 37 plays were actual passes when he was in the game in 4 games.
Did he have a touchdown though? Did he catch a touchdown last year?
He did catch a touchdown. Yeah, he had one.
Yeah, he caught one last year for sure.
Yeah,
he's hit pay dirt, but
I ain't mad at him, man. That ain't a bad move. Honestly, I think anybody with a brain, if you had a son, a brother, any type of relative in that situation that he is in, what would you do or what would you tell that person? Like, there's no way you should be mad at this kid. Nobody has seen 10 on the field all year long. I was almost concerned why he wasn't on punt returns, kick returns. He has the speed, but the size was probably an issue. Maybe ball security as far as him getting hit or something like that. But so fine, what? The kid don't want to sit here and just ride the pine and just do it for the logo, lose a year, and I'm lessening my chance of making it to the NFL. And I can go back and tell that I played for the Gators basically and rode the bench. It's not like you really played. So I ain't mad. If they were playing him, I would feel like like if a dude like TJ Abram or somebody like that try to go in, I'm done. I don't want to play for the rest of the year. So obviously he's played too much to be able to redshirt, but just somebody in that category to where you're kind of like in the mix for real. But other than that, I ain't mad at you. Like, do your thing, man. At the end of the day, I respect his decision, and I feel like most people should. The kid's he's just trying to make it. Whether he leaves or stays, I feel like honestly we're so deep in that room. I think we've all kind of had our head in that somebody would eventually leave. But yeah, in a perfect world, we can keep everybody, but we're in 2025. Like, that's just not going to happen anymore.
Yeah. No, it's just business, man. It's not like it's not fandom. It's just straight up business. And like, I'm pretty sure the people around his business, his agents, etc., gave him some advice as well. Like, hey, man, like Jordan would say, if you're trying to make it to the NFL, you need tape. And also, if you just don't make sense to burn this season. Like, there is literally nothing to gain. You can actually get injured. You're not getting any targets. Like, what is the reason for you suiting up at this point? It just doesn't make good business sense. So let's shut it down. It don't make you a quitter or anything weird like that. What was that?
Especially with injuries and the fact that with the injuries that the Gators have, and you're still not getting time. You have to save yourself, and they're getting paid. I don't know how much he's getting paid. I can't imagine it's a ton. But no matter what it is, the amount of money that you can make now compared to what it's like to make the NFL, and I don't know if Tank Hawkins is an NFL guy or not. I don't get paid enough money to determine that, but at least you want to give yourself the opportunity to do that or find a place. And maybe it's not at a school like Florida. Maybe it's a smaller school where you can be a number one. And who knows, right? Like Caleb Douglas, the guy that left Florida, went to Texas Tech, not doing all that well at the time. Now Texas Tech is a top 10 team in the country, and he's their number one wide receiver. So who knows, what can happen to you.
Yeah, and that's one where we were like, what are you doing? Like, you were going to be a starter if you just stayed, at Florida, the way that room looked at the time when he left.
He's a soothsayer. He knew what was happening.
No, he lost Kerry Colbert. I think he lost his receiver coach. They were bringing in somebody who knew it was an opportunity for him, like, to go hone his skills closer to home. It was just business decisions, man. And it worked out for him. He's out there balling in an air raid offense. So, yeah, you just got to, like I said this last show, everybody's just got, like, the game has changed. It's not 1997 anymore. I know a lot of the business stuff that's around it people don't like, but it is. It ain't going back to the old way. Like, the toothpaste is out of the tube. It's not going back in. Right. It's a wrap. And this is business. Caleb Douglas, there's some others that have made Etienne, Umanillan, even though he lost to us, at the end of the day, he went somewhere where he thought he could get developed and get drafted at a better spot. Defensive line coach was changing. He had an opportunity to go elsewhere, and he did. Like, you just can't take it personal or act like these kids are quitter and they don't love the game of football. Sure they do. They don't. You can't make it that far not loving the game. Like, it takes a lot of work and dedication to be able to play at a high level. You got to have some type of love for the game. It'd be people on the couch that never played it past, Pop Warner football saying these kids don't love the game. Of course they love the game. There's no way you can go out there and sacrifice your body, your head, go through all the rigors of what college football is and not love the game, man. So it just is what it is. It's business.
We got a lot of bots on the timeline.
Got a lot of bots on the timeline.
Bro, so it was interesting to me. I'm down in the field, and we talked about the Guardian caps, and I thought, I wonder if the SEC or NCAA will end up making them mandatory at some point. Tony Livingston, who has dealt with a concussion this season, I see him in a Guardian cap, and I'm like, oh, I think he's the first Gator to ever wear a Guardian cap in a game. I tweet that. Filled with, our team's soft. This would never happen. On what do you? He's trying to protect his brain, and the entire team is soft because a kid who's had a concussion is taking a 7-ounce measure to give himself a little bit more padding for his brain, which will control the rest of his body for the rest of his life. And the comments were just like, this team's soft. This coaching staff built us soft. I'm like, what are we talking about?
They practice in Guardian caps.
They practice in Guardian caps.
I'll tell you this. I talked to the equipment guy, and I'm forgetting his name right now. When I got that tour a couple weeks ago,
Slim, tall, skinny, or Slim or Jake?
No, he was not super slim. Older fella.
Oh, I know who it is, but since I've said Slim, I'm not going to name him now.
Yeah. He said that if he had his way, every player would wear one for every game.
But that's what I mean by bots. Like the bots, just someone was like, "Oh, wait, here they come," and then like Russian hackers just being like, "Yeah, no helmet."
You sound like the team mom for my son's team, right? So my son has the Guardian, and he wears it at practice. But when he showed up to practice with it, all the kids gave him a hard time for having one. And the team mom was like, "I think all you guys should have. You guys should protect your brain."
Like, it's your decision if you want to or you don't want to, but to call a kid soft for wearing it in a game, I'm like, that's crazy. A little crazy.
My son be crashing out, bro. He throw his body at people. He be doing crazy stuff. Let's get this Guardian, brother. I need your brain intact.
Right.
I can absolutely see him doing
You know how many people got regular jobs with CTE? Like that dingo pro.
Enterprise rental cars full of people with CTE. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, about that.
Let's run through the game just a little bit since we're here. Before we do that, let's give a shout out to our friends over at Home Field Apparel. Go visit homefieldapparel.com. Use promo code Stadium and Gale at checkout. They brought the windbreaker jackets back, but they're all sold out. So hopefully you guys use the promo code. They were all sold out in a couple of hours, every size from, I think, small to double XL. So go visit them. They've got about 6 pages worth of Gator stuff. Go visit homefieldapparel.com. Use promo code Stadium and Gale. It's a great time around the holiday time to do your gift shopping. So again, homefieldapparel.com, promo code Stadium and Gale. All right, guys. Obviously, we saw another tough performance from DJ Lagway. 3 interceptions on the game. All 3 happened actually when he was not blitzed in the game. Goes 11 for 20. For just 83 yards, 4.2 points per attempt in this one. He is relieved by Tramel Jones, who goes 9 for 17 for just 60 yards in this game. No touchdowns, no interceptions, 3.5 yards per attempt. Tough. Probably one of the worst passing games I've seen top to bottom in Gator history recently.
Yeah, it was.
That was a rough, man. Watching those, I feel like what really took me over the edge was the 2 interceptions back to back. I get it, end of the half, you trying to push it down the field. But come on, man. You've been down this road before to where one pick should have you on like neighborhood watch to where I ain't trying to throw another one. I'm gonna tuck the rock and take off. I don't care. We take it in the half and live another day. It got so ugly. I was like, yeah, this is not it. That was a tough one to watch, man. And once I saw that, I was kind of checked out. I was like, all right, we just out here just playing around at this rate. Like, literally.
Yeah, I had to check out. It started getting ugly. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't watch my Gators go down like that, bro. So I did not finish the game. I told y'all in the group chat, bro, I cannot finish watching this, man. It was just every time Kentucky's scoring, they just talking greasy. It was like a dagger to my heart. I was like, bro, we got the Kentucky Bobcats. They ain't even Wildcats, man. Like we got the Kentucky Bobcats, like talking crazy there. They got a 3-4 win outfit. They just scored 10 points last week on Auburn. Like, there's no way we should be looking like this, man. I thought Billy G we were talking about if Billy G could win out. Can Billy G get one?
The conversation has changed. Can he get another one?
No. Florida State's catching hands, knees, and elbows. Feet.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, we got Florida State.
Forearm shiver.
Just at least let me go out with that win right there. I feel so much better about the season.
Yeah, it was a tough watch, man. One of the toughest watches that I've seen. Just in every phase of the game, we just didn't look good. It was a point where we punted the ball and it went like 25, 30 yards. And I was just
it's terrible.
I mean, what unnecessary to bring that up? Totally
no, it was necessary. It's just part of the game, Nick. Kentucky scored.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, DJ Lagway moves to 23 touchdowns and 21 interceptions in his career at UF. It's been tough. And we talked a lot about that, this offseason. We saw, 11 touchdowns. I think 11 touchdowns last year, right? 12 touchdowns last year, but the 9 interceptions, including the 3 against Tulane at the end of the year. We're like, well, we've got to get that fixed. And then obviously, it just continues to be a problem. 8 of those 12 interceptions, obviously coming in the 2 games against LSU and Kentucky in the first half. It's tough. I feel for him. I'm sure getting benched was probably the first time in a career that's happened. I'm not speaking a definitive there, but I can only imagine. But they tried something else, and obviously that didn't do much to change the trajectory of the ball game either. Tough situation for Tramel Jones, but certainly just overall, top to bottom, I think it goes back to the head coaching, the quarterback coaching during the last 4 years has just been mediocre at best at times and abhorrent at worst a lot more.
Yeah, it stunk from it just looks like the verdict's out on, and that just goes back to developing and getting into the film room and finding out what DJ is seeing in zones, right? Because that's what he's struggling with. Like you saying, his interceptions came when they went blitzing at him because the verdict was out. Towards the end of the season, everybody started playing him the same. And that's where like the development comes in to, he's just not picking up whatever zones they're throwing at him. He's just not picking it up quick. And it don't work for if we're all sitting here talking about the team quit and you're putting a guy like Tramel in, like what does that do for his development? If we're seeing this team quit, like whoever you put in that quarterback at that point, like the line in front of him is not blocking anybody. Like the run game is not going. The defense, like no part of the game is going. No matter how good Tramel could be, you throwing him into a situation where the morale is gone. Like there's no energy. It's all flat. I know he's going to go in with all the great intentions in the world. Like, hey, man, I'm finna hero my team back. He's a quarterback. He got that leader mindset, but it's just not going to work, man, in this type of situation. So it's a tough spot to be in, man. The rest of these games is like, how do you find a way and some motivation for these guys to suit up and go try to get a win? It's gonna be tough. Holidays coming up, it's a lot of reasons to quit.
They not commenting on a specific player's contract, but the thought or notion that you can't bench me clauses built into contracts is pretty laughable.
I don't know who coming up with
not
this
pretty
stuff.
laughable.
The internet does, yeah.
To any player on the team. Tramel's put into a tough spot. I liked, of course, being baseball. I liked Billy G's analogy. It was like, listen, when it's like if it's a baseball pitcher, our starter, who's our starter? That's our ace. Didn't have his A game, walked out to the mound, tapped the arm. We got a reliever in. Like that. That's what it was. That practice today, DJ, like Billy G said at his press conference, taking the first team reps, like he's going to be the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
He's had some bad days. I think what we're really seeing is that he just hasn't developed, wasn't developed from what we saw. And I think a lot of what we saw his freshman year was like, he's still raw, but like the potential is there. And then because of the injuries, you just don't have any time. Even if you were able to go back home and work with your quarterback coach that you grew up being trained by, you didn't have time to develop. And we're just seeing him having to develop on Saturdays against teams. And it's just a tough spot. Like it's not going to get better if you don't have the guys playing fully invested into this game. Looks like they've had trouble filling their stadium. Might have to bring your own juice. We'll see. But yeah, like I don't see a quarterback controversy now or in the future. I think DJ will be the first one to tell you he has to play better, but so are the guys around him.
Yeah. His play has been, it's been rough, to be honest with you, man. That's my guy, but it's been a rough watch. But we
call it a spade now.
yeah, it's been a rough watch, but it just go a lot of things just go back to like I don't understand the confidence coming into this season whatsoever. Because these are things you have to be seeing in practice. Like I don't think DJ's getting to the game and just making these mistakes there. Like Jordan, you know, you play this game, man. Like the mistakes you see in the game, those mistakes are happening in practice. And you know, are we not throwing zones at him in practice? Is he not struggling with zones in practice? You know, like what kind of looks are you giving him to get him better? And that's the thing. And if he's not getting better in practice, like what's the confidence level to speak very highly of him? You know, like the mindset going into this season was like playoff, and I just can't fathom like how they came up with that whole spot the ball thing, the confidence. I don't get it. I
see where it comes from though. Like you got to think. All right, put it like this: you got to do like DJ Lagway. You see the potential in him. You see the body frame. You see the running ability. You see the arm strength. You see all these intangibles. But every time he goes in practice, you throw a zone at him, he throw a pick or he makes a bad decision. What else are you gonna do? You can try as much as you want to make him better at zone, but all you're really doing is just trying to give him more reps in hopes in that he can once overcome that and be a better quarterback. But he just isn't doing that. So he's a young cat. It's not like you can really talk to him in a way and be like, hey, on some aggressive stuff and be like, you need to get this and that straight. I feel like they're kind of trying to be nice to him. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to make him feel like.
I don't think the coaches could recognize his zones. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think the coaches could recognize it pre-snap to teach him, you know, what is he seeing pre-snap to like trigger. Okay, they're in such and such zone. They may be trying this in coverage, bro. To me, like, bro, I played this game like in practice, dog. Like there's way as a DB coach, there's certain ways a receiver gonna line up on the field, and I did it this past playoff game with my son. I saw where the receiver line up. I'm yelling out route, because I could tell his splits where he's lined up at. There's certain things you could teach a player as a coach that you could see pre-snap, certain tendencies. Right. I just don't think these guys were sharp enough. They just didn't have the experience to teach him to go against a Kirby Smart. Guys that are at the top tier of college football and this disguising thing. Mark Stoops is another one. They're having a bad season, but Mark Stoops is one of the top defensive callers in college football. That's just what it is.
I mean, we talked about it. We talked about it before. It's not like Kentucky. I mean, there's a couple games that they got blown out, but it's not like they were getting blown out this season. But you just didn't really expect it with a true freshman quarterback, and to just get beat that bad and to continue to make the same mistakes over and over again. But, you know, like many of us have said, you know, you fired the coaching staff for a reason, right? And you still need people to coach the team throughout the year, but it's not just one person. It was the collective of all of them. And, you know, I think that it's not just on the field, it's off the field. I think that you just look back and we probably chose to ignore some things / they're out of our control / you have to let things happen. Just to know top to bottom, this just was a very poorly put together bad operation. Right.
Yeah.
That didn't prepare players for game day. They didn't prepare players for the road. They didn't prepare them for championship caliber level football.
D Weezy said DJ has better quarterback syndrome. He definitely got some trauma. There's definitely trauma in his eyes when he drops back to throw, man. Like the confidence and that we saw last year, it's just not there. And it could be the offseason. Like kid got put in a tough situation with, and I don't want to get into rumors about injuries. I don't like to play that game, but I don't think he's 100% healthy. The offseason, the way everything played out, including the situation who's teaching in the game, it just was a recipe for disaster. And that's exactly what we got, a complete disaster, man. It's not over for this kid. You know, it's just you need a quarterback driven guy. Like whoever this next guy is, we ain't got to get into full coaching search talk, but whoever the next guy is needs to have a track record of putting guys in the NFL. You know, track record of having top tier offenses, production from the quarterback spot, etc. That's just a prerequisite and a fit thing for the University of Florida that has to be there, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Who do you like? How do you? Well, give me your possible wins, man, that y'all got. I know Florida State's one of them. Do we get another win? Tennessee, we at home.
I think maybe like back at home.
It's tough.
Whatever the sellout streak would be like.
That's tough. That's tough for me to think of another one. I mean, I think that Florida State is bad.
They stink.
Yeah.
No, they stink.
But right now we stink too.
They stink.
Yeah,
we stink less at home.
We do.
Bro,
stink
there's
significantly.
There's no way you can allow them to cut a piece of sod.
If it keeps Mike Norvell there for another year, I'm into it.
And they finish their 5-7 season. Can't happen.
Yeah.
Just can't.
No, they I don't even think they quit. They just stink. So like they don't look like they quit. Like they're giving it they all out there in the Panhandle. They just stink really bad. Like they're really playing for Mike.
Out.
Yes, man. Like the morale's high. They just stink, right? Yeah, it's gonna be tough, man. I think Tennessee is they're gonna go get points. Our defense is just gonna have to find some life, man. It is what it is, man. This is a wide season. Watching the Georgia game, I thought it would at least be entertaining on the way out. You know, I thought Billy G would be able to put a better outfit, but Billy G can't. It's only so much an interim coach can do. You know, he's gonna come in and try to have these guys mentally up for each game, but it's gonna be tough on his way out, man. So enjoy it as much as you can. Right? We're looking for a coach. Hopefully, we get the guy we want. But it's a wide season. Don't be overcritical of these guys, man. Like it's a wrap. Like you ain't gotta talk crazy about Tank Hawkins. You ain't got to talk crazy about absolutely nobody on the team right now. If they red shirt, they injured, they sitting out, whatever it may be, bro, this season is a wash. Like, temper your expectations, man. If you still care that much, then God bless you.
Yeah, and I always like to, like, you only get so many opportunities. And it's not like the product has not been what you want. I get that it's expensive to go. I was talking to the chief sales guy at the bourbon company that we just launched. I was like, oh, how do you think the attendance is going to be? He's like, I think it'll be fine. Like, we only get so many chances to like tailgate and go watch the game. We don't think we're going to win. Well, Kentucky fans were like hoping Florida would win and they would fire Mark Stoops.
Right.
But like, I'm with that. Like, you're supporting the team, you're supporting the program. You also don't get to tailgate basketball games like you do football games. You only get a certain amount of opportunities.
Right. No, you're 100% right. 100% right.
Dan's been living it up. Met half of our listeners in the bathroom.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. I wish I could make it to the Tennessee game, but won't be there. But Corey, I think it's funny, and we'll talk a little Lane Kiffin here, but he mentioned today in his press conference, the coaching matters, and kids want to go where they've seen coaches win. And I think QBs want to go somewhere or want to follow him because of what we offer and how we've developed QBs, and how schools need to, our players need to weigh the coach. And then he got into kind of his own coaching, search thoughts. And, I think that people should take those with a grain of salt, knowing who the Lane Kiffin is, not one way or another. But I think that does matter. And what DJ Lagway's future is at the University of Florida, I don't know. I think a lot of it depends on who the next coach is and what that next coach's paradigm is and who they might want to bring in. But, it's sad and disappointing. And I hope for DJ Lagway, whether it's here or whether it's elsewhere, he's able to reset himself and get himself in a position to be successful, because I do think he has all the talent in the world. He just needs that right coach and that right opportunity for him to do so. Let's see. We'll run through the rest of this game just so we get through it, and it doesn't have to be a long show today. 114 yards on the ground. Jaden Ball 64 yards on 17 attempts. DJ Lagway 6 attempts for 26 yards. Katie Daniels 4 runs for 20 yards in this one. Blocking as a whole, pass blocking, Jake Slaughter, Austin Barber, Bryce Levitt. The Gators did pretty well in pass blocking in this game. Run blocking, not so great in this one, but only allowed 1 sack. Damian George, only 1 quarterback hit, which was the sack, and just 3 hurries on the game. So obviously the offense only put up 1 point or one score in this one. I thought that the play that they had, though, was a really good play call that they were able to get that touchdown on. But again, defense struggled pretty mightily in this game as a whole. End up with 1 sack in the game. There's a couple of bright spots, I guess, but another couple weeks of or another week of some not great safety play.
Man, it felt like they were it felt like they were throwing a medicine ball out there, and we would not break on it.
Yeah,
and it was not the greatest of throws that was getting tossed around out there, brother. Like, you have got to break on a ball as a safety, man. That ball's in the air forever. Like, a few of them gotta be interceptions. I'm not gonna be overcritical, man, but I don't know what happened to 43. But he should be filing a lawsuit
after that hell of a game against Mississippi State. Yeah,
they owe that man some money, like for real. Like, why? Like, he just disappeared, brother. And also back to that Caden Daniels, that fumble he had was just like, I think a bat breaker early in the game.
Yeah,
we were moving the ball right there a little bit. Heading into the red zone, and a lot of momentum. Felt like we were gonna go get some points there, and then we just cough it up like that. So I think that was brutal as well. He's got to hold on to the ball, but it is what it is, man.
Yeah. Any thoughts on defense? I mean, I don't want to spend a ton more time on this game. Obviously, everybody watched it. Nobody wants to recap it. You relive those memories of what the Kentucky game was.
I miss Caleb Banks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Missed
a lot I
boy.
miss.
My guy's still around. He comes to he does his like rehab training. He's out of a boot, moving around a little bit.
You see him tell him I said I miss him.
I'll tell him we miss him. He makes the trips with the players. He's on the travel squad. Shout out to my guy.
Yeah.
I had a really awkward interaction with him. First time I saw him back after he broke his foot. I was like, "Hey man, good to see you. How you doing?" He goes, "Well, my college career is over, so other than that, pretty good." I was like, "My bad." Not the question to lead off with right after your injury.
You got paid a lot for a year vacation, though.
Eugene Wilson out for the year, surgery.
Yeah. He, I saw him last week. Didn't practice last week. Knew he was going to be on the injury report Wednesday. He had a high ankle sprain against Georgia. I think people were like, he looks emotional on the field at Georgia. Some people were sending me that. And I'm like, looked into it. He was just hurt. So they're going to do the tightrope surgery on the ankle. Tough for him. I've had back-to-back season-ending injuries his sophomore and junior season. But he'll be back. Saw him. He was working out today.
Back where? You think he's staying in the Ville?
I don't know.
If you had to guess.
Depends on who the coach is.
If I'm Eugene Bartholomew Wilson, I am out of here. I love UF, but I am gone. Like you get your degree. I think they've toyed with his skill set. He battled injury, but I think he needs to go to a for sure situation to for his God given talents to use them to the best abilities.
If a guy like Lane Kiffin comes, does that change your mindset, or is it just, hey, you need a new environment? And we're just not sure what next year is going to look like. Because, I mean, no matter what, I mean, I think anybody's expectations that Florida can come around next year with a new coach, and I think that they have talent. But
he had a very good opportunity last year, and he chose to come back to Florida
for sure.
And I think depending on what the coach that's picked, the coach that's hired, will be a huge factor, because he's a kid who probably came into college thinking 3 and out.
Yeah.
And because of injuries, he's probably has to come back. I don't know. I don't think he has enough on the NFL. I don't know that he's been healthy enough or has the tape to declare early. Then again, the receiver draft class next year is freaky.
I was about to say, last year he ain't see Dallas Wilson doing what he just did, so his answer might be a little different this time around.
I think it's like receivers, one of the positions in the portal where you see guys just go and just shine other places. Like that's one of the positions. I think the most that position eats more than any other position in the portal. I think he's gonna have a lot of suitors. You go somewhere where there's proven offense right now. Like if it's Lane, then there's a lot of promise, but it's also a lot of bodies in that room. It's only one football. There's a lot of good receivers in that room, and you're battling some guys at that same exact position. If you could go get, a bigger payday at somewhere with a proven quarterback, proven offensive system, a team that's most likely going to compete in the playoffs, you just look around and most of these teams that are in the playoff picture, they all went and got a dynamic number 1 guy out of the portal. And I think he's got that type of skill set, man, where you go and try to get paid, man. Who knows what he's going to do? But like we was talking earlier, if that's like Jordan was saying, that that's your cousin, your nephew, your son, or whoever that may be, you watch him struggle 4 years at University of Florida, and everybody started questioning a lot of his skills, even when he was struggling. Sometimes it's okay to go get a fresh new start somewhere else. I think we're gonna see a few guys do that. Like Trayon Webb is another guy who got his degree. I don't know what else he could do at University of Florida besides share reps with another dynamic running back who's clearly more talented than him. It's gonna be Ball's room. If Ball stay here, I don't know if Ball stays, right? But it's just only one football to go around. And these guys are running out of time.
Yeah. Yeah, those NFL checks hit a lot different than the NIL checks. That's for sure. Well, for most, I guess. We'll start to wrap this up. One final ad read. Go visit our friends. I don't even have a cup with me, so if you guys could do that for me, GameTimeSidekicks.com.
I'm on the road.
Promo code Stadium15. We get you 15% off of your order. Shout out to Tyler and his team over there. They're also going to be sponsoring our friends over at Florida Basketball Hour too. So go support them. Go support the best drink maker I know in Knoxville, Tennessee, and that's Game Time Sidekicks. Go visit GameTimeSidekicks.com. Use promo code Stadium15 to get 15% off of your order. Coaching news. Any additional thoughts? I do want to put the announcement out there that I know a lot of people are clamoring for Lincoln Riley, and I'll say definitively as of Friday, there's no Lincoln Riley smoke in Gainesville. So I want to put that out there.
Well, we need a plan B, so I don't know who plan B is, but we need to figure that out.
I'll tell you what, Jordan, plan B might not be all that much different than plan D, E, or F.
Ooh, yeah, plan B is wicked. And that's why I like calling. I don't know if like Lincoln's buyout, if that's something we're gonna play with, etc. But it looks wicked out the plan A, like Brent Key. A lot of these names just from like his offense. I like Brent Key, but it's just not a fit. The Lincoln Riley name came up. I was on Breakfast with the Gators talking ball with those guys, and just style of play. And we just talking like a lot of people down on Lincoln Riley right now because of USC, even though he's doing good this year. But people aren't as high as on him right now than when he was about to go to USC. And it's a lot. Like the USC job isn't an easy job. It's a tough gig. Being in LA, they got to compete with Oregon now. Oregon's really the big dog on the West Coast now. That's just what it is. So that job isn't as easy as it used to be, or as attractive as it used to be.
Well,
but if you look at Lincoln Riley,
when he signed up for it too, it was the Pac-12. So I was like, all right, I'm competing against Oregon, but that's it. Right. And Oregon can't take everyone on the West Coast. But now you're competing against Ohio State. You're flying to Newark, New Jersey on a Friday night to play Rutgers at noon.
I was reading an article about Stanford because they were just kind of, there was somebody complaining about it. And it was one of the writers, a Stanford writer. And he's like, they went out to New Jersey. They flew back 5.5 hours after whatever time the game kicked off, 3:30, 4 o'clock, whatever. They get back in 3 a.m, which is where they just came from, 6 a.m. They have a day to recover and then they're back at it. It's like, this is just not a good decision for these student athletes. And I feel for them. Right.
Bro, you've got like girls soccer players doing that on a Thursday.
Yeah. Yeah. It's nuts. I think that they've done a pretty good job with making sure that they're not doing that as much, but yeah, it's not ideal. And you can say, hey, these guys are making a bunch of money and everything else. Like it's just still the human body. It's still a hell of a workload to put yourself through.
Yeah. And then you look at Drinkwitz, he's 0-6 with top 25 teams the last 2 years. So you just start to go down the list of guys that we're seeing or we're hearing that's on that list. And it's all muddy waters, man. None of those guys, once you get past Lane, it all gets very weird. And at least with Lincoln Riley, he fits the quarterback development. He's the only one in college football that has 3 Heismans. Also Jalen Hurts on that roster. So, and right now he has one of the top offenses in college football. You want him to get a DC. But that's the only reason that name is steadily coming up, because he's one of the proven offensive play callers in college football right now. And I think if he comes to the SEC, he becomes, right in the same neighborhood as Sark, Lane Kiffin, Riley. I think those would be your top 3 offensive minds in college football.
Yeah, a bit of a muted show today. Obviously, I don't really know what to say, right? You mean we're still weeks away from a coaching announcement to be made. Florida's going to play Ole Miss this weekend in Oxford, Mississippi. And Lane Kiffin is still the coach at the University of Mississippi.
I got Ole Miss fans in my mentions talking greasy too, man.
I got a lot of them.
If we beat them, what happens? What do y'all say after that?
Bro, I got people challenging me. They're giving me their seat number saying, meet me in section 112, man. Let's do it, Mr. Core. I'm like, bro, I just said we're taking your coach, man. I don't want to fight, man, like random people. And I don't want to go to Mississippi on purpose either. So there's that, man.
Yeah, no, not missing much.
Just tell them, like, hey, we'll meet you in the student section. There's nobody there. We got plenty of room to move around.
So meet me in the swamp next year. I'm not going to Mississippi on purpose, man. I leave that up to Jackson Raymer.
Yeah, no, that's going to be it's going to be an interesting game. And, a lot of people were wondering, what's Lane's thoughts. And I think Lane's thoughts, even if he has made up his mind that he's going to come to Florida next year, I think he's going to try to hang as many points as he possibly can. But I also don't think that this season is like going to sway him one way or another on how Florida does. I don't think it's going to sway any coach. So a lot of people are like, oh, if we, lose the rest of our games, like you fired your coach for a reason, right? Like there's no expectation at that point that the team is going to do well, that you're going to all of a sudden go on this magical run and win all these games. And you're going to, sneak into a good bowl game. And you're going to have all this momentum. It just doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's going to troll. We'll find out who he's trolling at the end, man. But somebody's getting trolled.
He's doing a good job at it.
For sure. It's provocative. It gets people going.
It does. It does.
Nobody knows what it means.
Nobody knows what it means. Nobody knows what it means.
There you go. We finally got a quote for the show.
I like the 22 or do.
Do 22.
Yo, we gotta get Adelaide on the show, man, to break down that play, man. Like,
Nah,
Where's the
for
pants,
real.
Adam? Where are the
Yeah,
pants? I
yeah.
know the bowl game. They let you keep those.
oh my
Shit,
god,
that would be funny to get him on the show for. I don't even think
Oh,
he's
dude,
on.
I feel like Lane is the type of guy that would come on Stadium and Gale.
He would, but I can't find him. I don't think he's on socials anymore.
man, you poop your pants. You gotta move to another country and change your name, man.
Didn't he transfer to like Eastern Kentucky or something crazy?
I have no clue.
Like not even Western Kentucky.
Bro, he was a great human being, great kid.
Yeah, he was.
He's a
Well,
grown man.
by the time I met him,
East Kentucky, Eastern Kentucky.
by the time I met him, he was on his last days. I remember coming into that meeting as a freshman. Lane used to be in that bitch. Coach Skip talking. That boy got a towel over his head, lay all the way back, sleeping that bitch like no other. I'm like, is this what we do here? He obviously was already on his way out. He's like, listen, y'all motherfuckers just grabbed 2 to 3 new freshmen on me. I'm supposed to be playing. I'm getting out of here. That boy used to come to meetings and go to sleep like it was nothing.
He should have been taking pregame poops, man. That's that pregame ritual, man, to save you. All right, let's get out of here. It's been a show, man.
Yeah, it's been a show. I think everybody's pretty exhausted. The season and obviously other things affecting everybody's life here. So, man, it's always good. We'll do game day eve. We'll do Ole Miss. I think there's gonna be more energy just because we're not off of a bow beating. But one final time for our friends over at Alumni Hall, go visit alumnihall.com or go visit them in Gainesville, Florida. Let them know Stadium and Gale sent you. Great time to do some holiday shopping. Next time you're in Gainesville, hopefully you'll be there for the Tennessee game. But if you're not going to be there and you're selling tickets, let me know. Other than that, we appreciate everybody for watching. Same corner, same time on Friday. Different time, different show, but same podcast network. We'll see you guys on